Good morning and welcome to day 5. And today we're going to be reflecting on meditation as an introspection. And this is actually one of my personal favorite ways to use meditation because I may have a bit of an obsession around introspection and going deeper. And one of the things that I thought would be kind of a fun highlight to add in to today is one of my other tools that I really love to help with introspection. And that is oracle cards. And so when we're looking at introspection from a meditation standpoint, it's really sitting down and connecting with ourselves at a deep level of questioning. Because honestly, this was one of the hardest things that occurred for me in my journey, was developing the skill of introspection. Because I feel like societally, we are almost conditioned into a space of seeking outside ourselves or polling for other people's feedback or perspectives or perceptions. And we don't often learn how to go inside for that, how to question within ourselves and how to seek like that true spiritual guidance. I had one of my dear friends actually brought this insight to me that I'd never thought about, but she was talking about the LDS faith, and she said, in the LDS faith, the resources are so readily available. Like if you have a question, you go to scripture, you can go to a conference talk, or there's all these workbooks and all of these things that you can go to for an answer, which is great. There's not a problem with any of that. But the awareness that she had was that none of those things ever taught her to actually learn how to go within to receive her own inspiration and her own revelation. And that hit me so hard when she said that, because that is so true, that we are almost given this idea of seeking inspiration or of connection, but oftentimes we're not really taught how to do that. And so when you enter into this space, you're entering it with a full intent to really receive answers and guidance for your questions. And that's huge with this whole experience, is when you come with a sincerity that you want to know, or that you want to understand, and that you want to go deeper, your mind, body, and spirit will meet you there. But it's gentle. It's never going to push you. It's never going to force you. Sometimes it'll bring some pain and some discomfort as a gentle entreaty, as my mentor would say, to encourage you to go deeper. But it's very much an invitation. And so one of the fun things, like I said, that can go along with this is oracle cards. And I feel like, as an overarching rule, oracle cards have gotten kind of a bad rap because a lot of people's first impressions of oracle decks or oracle cards, when they hear that, is that they think of like tarot readings, which even those have a really bad rap. I had an incredible reading, side note, with one of our practitioners that will be at our retreat yesterday. It was amazing. But they relate it to like evil or darkness or witchcraft or things that don't really ring true for the spirit of what the tool is. And what the tool is just another divination tool to connect you into the spirit, to allow you to look at things from a different vantage point. and they can be really, really helpful with introspection. They're actually, hands down, one of the favorite tools that I ever came across, because they really help me to learn how to go deeper within. Because oftentimes we seek guidance from others because we're stuck in our own perspective, and we need some support getting or seeing from different vantage points. And ultimately, that's what an oracle card does, is it says, okay, I see you at this vantage point, but once you pull a card, all of a sudden it opens up a different vantage point, so that you can then pivot in your introspection to view and look at different aspects and different ways of seeing. So as we entered into today's meditation, I thought maybe it would be fun to pull an oracle card for the group. So I pulled one before we got on our call. I like to do it through shuffling the cards so that one will just pop out. To me, that feels very guided. You can do it anyway. You can spread them out and pick one you feel drawn to. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. So the deck I chose to pull from today is the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is a deck that kind of follows the chakra systems. And the card that came forward was this number 47, Sacred Reverence. And the message I thought was so beautiful as we're entering into today's meditation. I'm going to turn this down just a minute. Okay. So it says, Sacred Reverence, key concepts, awe, for the truth that spirit is everywhere. Inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence, joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion, manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Which this is part of the fun. Like, how cool is that this card starts out for saying, you know, as you create the space, that reverent space, all of these things can enter out of this space. Looking at the world, do you see all of life or only a limited part? When you look at a blade of grass, do you see just a plant? When you encounter a puppy, do you see just an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it is only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer and you'll observe the luminosity immanent in those living sentient beings. If you can allow yourself to take in all the world, including its spirit, then you can see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect, and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, and tree as sacred and alive. You naturally lean into a state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. Whatever your dilemma or question, try to reframe your perspective to acknowledge the spiritual. If everything has value, including your most frustrating challenges, would you still ask your question from the same place? Can you regard the other as sacred, thereby erasing the separation between you? Embracing the perfection of how you came together is real magic. And you are tapping into this unity right now. No matter who or what is in front of you, see that person or thing as luminous and your interaction as holy. Then you will know what to do for the highest good of all. That's pretty powerful and so beautiful to have such an incredible message come up on our day of meditation for introspection. And so as we enter into this space, entering in with that question or that inquiry and really expecting your body and your mind and your spirit to speak when we hold that reverence, that space of intention, absolutely, you'll receive back. So go ahead and set up tall, or maybe you're laying down. Wherever you are, become present, cozy, and connected. Today, as we've reached day 5, entering in from a space of deep gratitude, can you see this body as the miracle that it is? As you scan from the top of your head, grounding and settling in, is it getting a little bit easier to connect, to come to this place of recognition? Today, as you scan, noticing the gift of your head and your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your belly and your front, your arms and down your legs, through your hips and knees and ankles, the profound gift of fingers and toes. And then as you settle in, bring your inquiry. What are you wanting to know? How are you wanting guidance? Really opening up a space of fully expecting that guidance to come through. It may come through in the form of an image, or a word, or a color, or a sensation or feeling in your body. And as it comes forward, can you expand into it? What is it wanting to show you? What is it wanting to tell you? The Spirit loves you. It loves that you've come to this space. It loves that you want to open up this dialogue. It loves that you want to know, hear, see, and understand. And if you can allow that communication to open, you can receive guidance. Allow yourself to continue to open, continuing to inquire, to clarify, to understand. Then, as you've received whatever insight has come to you, Really opening to it from a heart space with gratitude and love and appreciation for yourself for showing up, and for your body, and for the spirit that is ready and willing and wanting to communicate with you. Again, as you reside in this space, recognizing that journaling after a meditation of inquiry is extremely helpful. Oftentimes, more insights will bubble up from your soul and from the spirit. Using oracle cards or anything, you could open up a special book. You could use the scriptures. Or if you have a favorite deck, you can pull additional cards for additional guidance and insight. But whatever direction you choose to go to, the invitation today is to open up to the awe, to the wonder, and to the magic that we always have access to guidance within ourselves, and that anything and everything we need to know or understand can be accessed within. Wishing you a very magical day.